Morning. How are you? Kudos to waking up. From what I saw on Twitter and Instagram, y'all had a big time last night. Looking at you, something digital. But kudos to keeping up for getting up. I will try to keep this relevant and interesting and keep you awake because my SEM partner in the crowd said if I wasn't funny and wasn't relevant, wasn't interesting, he was gonna double my CPC. So we will. This isn't working. There we go. About me. These are my children. Why I picture my children? Because how could you say anything bad about me when you see pictures of my children? This is where we all say ah. But I've been with Industry West since 2015. We are a pure play e-commerce furniture company based out of Florida. We are getting into the brick and mortar space for the first time because the big secret, as you guys all know, is that all e-commerce now wants to be in brick and mortar. And so we've decided to test that. We're opening a studio in a little small unknown area of New York called Soho. So perhaps you'll find us there. I've been 5 years. I was with lead gen in higher education. I also did marketing for economic development where I did some campaigns with the Navy. And I don't know if you caught the y'all, but 15 years in South Carolina, but I am from New York, Bronx Science grad. Any Bronx Science people in the crowd? No. So this used to actually be a $3 movie theater back when I was in high school, and I actually saw Braveheart in this theater. So before streaming, 6 to months to a year after movies went out of the main theaters, they'd come here, and little known fact. But anyway, we're talking about pivoting. So what does it mean to pivot? So today, in our marketing world, everyone talks about iteration, everyone talks about fail fast, everyone talks about pivoting. And when we talk about pivoting, I feel like too often we're talking about that we're going in any number of directions. But by definition, pivoting is the act of keeping one foot in place. So that's my favorite definition as it pertains to basketball. You're always keeping one foot in place. So the pivot, you're standing on a foundation. You have to know what your foundation is before you make that pivot. It's not a matter of just kind of spiraling out of control and figuring out what works. It's hold your foot in foundation and then which direction you're going to go on with to pivot. So for Industry West, what's our foundation? Well, first of all, it's transparency. We're very transparent with our customers in terms of our inventory. We understand that our customers are, especially on the B2B side, lead times are critical to them as they're trying to do installations for restaurants or businesses or that sort of thing, so transparency is very important to us. We understand our commercial trade clients. We understand what it's like to work with them. We understand their needs. We understand, again, how important the warranty is, how important the lead times are. We work great with startups. Actually, a lot of the SaaS solutions that you may look at as merchants have actually furnished their offices with our furniture. So we work well with them. And then our photography. So we go around the world, we go to trade shows where we are purchasing, and companies want to work with us to distribute their furniture because of how important the photography is to us and how we treat our furniture. So that's our foundation. So presentation in reverse a little bit. Usually you go through these presentations, people will talk through tactics, and then you get to the end and they give you metrics and you think, well, those metrics kind of suck. Why did I listen in the first place? So let me give you the metrics first. If you don't like the metrics, then you could just go on your phones and check your Slack or whatever, check the markets, or who am I kidding, you're checking Slack right now. IndustryWest.com 2018, we've seen monthly year-over-year gains exceeding 40%. So May over May, June over June, July over July, we've all been up 40%. Our web revenue Q3 over Q3 was up 57%. All key metrics, including our transactions, our AOV, time on site, year over year up 2018 over 2017. So hopefully you're saying, okay, proof of concept, what this guy's talking about is credible, we can listen to him. So how do we get here? Well, it didn't start all good. 2017 sucked. We went backwards, we regressed. We had a bad conversion from Magento Community to Commerce Cloud. And like I said, our revenue regressed, and when revenue regresses, no one's happy. And life wasn't fun for me. So what did we do? We didn't stick our heads in the sand, but we pivoted. So we knew we had a great product in the beginning of a great website. May 2017 was kind of when we went from that Commerce Cloud to, or the community to Commerce Cloud. So we quickly parted ways with our SI, and a note here, and as my friend Justin up there will note, I've been through 4 SIs in 5 years with Industry West. So Justin says I go through SIs, more often than I change underpants. But I think it's important to obviously, again, this goes to if it's not working, it's important to fix it. We hired a new SI September 2017. We went into a quick remediation with the new SI and got things stable. January 2018, we began to iterate. So February 2018, we went to what we called Uber sprints. So, okay, what's the big products that we want to get on the website? What are the big things we want to do? Let's get them into Uber sprint to address overall UX and UI. In our year with our new SI, we've completed more than 200 Trello tickets. So we've gone fast, we've worked hard, we've pushed on our SI, they've responded great, and we're working hard. Fall 2018, so now we're stable. So what do we do now? So now, since then, we've added Shipper HQ, we've added Mailer, we've added Nosto, we've added Clevu, we've added Sidecar, and we've added TaxJar. And we're adding Yapo by the end of this quarter. So I'm not saying this to kind of tout any of these platforms. There's a lot of platforms out there. These are the ones we're using. But again, we identified our needs and we pivoted quickly. And these are all things we've done since Imagine, actually, in the spring. So as I mentioned, things were going well. Revenue was way up. Everyone's happy. So what did we do? We launched a retheme. And why did we do all this? Because the cost of not doing something is greater than the cost of stepping up to take on a large project. So we couldn't stick our heads in the sand when things were going bad. We iterated quickly, we pivoted, we understood what our foundation was, and we just continued to move in the right direction with one foot firm in that foundation. And then we didn't rest on our laurels, but we continued to move quickly with the retheme, with the addition of these other softwares. Because the cost of not doing it is higher than the cost of doing nothing. Or rather, the cost of doing nothing is higher than the cost of not doing it. And great quote, who said it? I said it. So, for what it's worth. I'm sure someone said it before me as well. It's not really that unique. So all jokes aside, we talked about you just can't stop. The big boxes can't offer personalization and passion that you offer. So a lot of this is, okay, how do I iterate, how do I pivot to deal with the big boxes? So you constantly have to be moving, but obviously they have the same software you have, they're doing things with more budget than you have. So at the end of the day, you have to go back to what your foundation is. Our foundation, like I said, is our ability to work with trade clients, our photography, and our personalization, our one-on-one personalization with our trade customers. What's your personalized passion? What do you offer that Amazon can't offer? What do you offer that Wayfair can't offer? What do you offer that any number of these big boxes online can't offer? That should be your foundation, and you continue to pivot around that foundation. But you can't rest. You have to work on a newer and better way to present yourself, which is exactly what I talked about us doing this past year. So how did I manage all this change? This is my favorite slide. I'm generally a one-man show. We contract out all of our dev. We contract out is that Miles? No. We contract out our dev. We contract out our SEO, SEM. We contract out our graphic design. We contract out pretty much everything. So I'm a one-man show with a lot of outsourced talent. So really, it's about your partners. And I'm not just putting these two up there because I expect great Christmas presents from them, though I do expect great Christmas present, John. So Something Digital is our SI. We've been with them since, I guess, about 18 months now. Thrilled with the work with them. Like I said, I go through SIs like I go through Underpants. And we're actually starting a new project with them, and they have my vote of confidence big time. Direct Online Marketing, they're based out of West Virginia with a Pittsburgh office. Justin is here. My biggest complaint to Justin is I sometimes have to make him spend my money. He's he's great about watching my dollars, but we see amazing conversion metrics with them. Amazing, they drive calls for us, they drive everything we need, and again, look for the right partners. That's how you manage this sort of thing. Find great partners you trust. Make sure your partners try to fit within your workflow and style. So if you find a partner who doesn't fit within your workflow, especially if you're a small shop like I am, then don't work with them. Find someone who works within Slack, works within Trello, is working within any kind of these workflow tools that you want to use. Find the right partner. Listen to your partners. So this is a big one. If you're shopping for a software and you have found one solution, but your SI is looking in another direction, listen to your SI. See if they trust this partner, If they're willing to work with them, if they can vouch for them, then consider that option as well before you just go in the direction you were thinking about. And then pilot, and pilot some more. Make people prove their worth to you. So everything I do, I do as a pilot. I really am hesitant to sign long-term deals with any new solution, whether it's a software or an ad platform or that sort of thing. Make them prove their value to you. If they want your business, they'll do a 1-month pilot. They'll do a 3-month pilot. Make them prove their value and then go from there. And then vet solutions to make sure they not only meet your revenue goals, but create efficiencies for you. So this is a big one. So for instance, we recently partnered with Clayvu to do our on-site search and to also do our category page curation. We're not a big shop. We don't have a lot of time to curate all of the 5,000 SKUs on our website. So this was, yes, it was a bit of a cost for us, but it created an efficiency that basically took man hours that we wouldn't need anymore. So find a solution that not only is going to work toward your revenue goals, but also create efficiencies for you and your team. And at the end of the day, I'm blessed. I work for 2 great friends of mine. They're the co-founders of our company. Like was mentioned, we are completely bootstrapped by our founders, privately held. Everything we make, we put back into the company. We're not beholden to any kind of board or venture cap group. We like to say we answer to our kids. So, if we don't want to work at 6 o'clock on Friday, we don't work because we answer to our families. So at the end of the day, I'm blessed. But you have to have a backbone because, again, the cost of doing nothing is greater than putting yourself out there to fix what's wrong. And that's it. So I guess we can go through questions, but also, like I said, if you use code MMNYC on our website, industrywest.com, we have a 15% promo code for you. And then, Phil, you going shopping? Oh yeah. And then come see us at 14 Crosby Street. We'll be open this December.